Good evening, class. How are you guys tonight? Okay, so you need to take out your area of rectangles and parallelograms papers, and we're going to go ahead and get started. Okay, so I'm not on pen. Okay, area is the surface measurement of a two-dimensional figure. Surface measurements. Sorry about that. I'm writing a little big. I don't like that color. Surface measurements of a two-dimensional figure. Use the formula area, where A equals BH, base times height, where B is the length of the base, and H is the height of the rectangle. Area is measured in square units. Square units. Examples: inches times inches equals inches squared, and feet times feet equals feet squared, and meters times meter is meters squared. We're going to count the dimensions of each of the rectangles below and the total squares. Then use the formula to prove the area. So we're going to count the base, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to count my height, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So my formula is area equals base times height. I'm going to plug in my values. Area equals 5 times 7. And my area is 35 square units. How about this one right here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I plug in my values and I get a 9 times a 6. And 9 times 6 is 54 square units. This one's smaller. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. As a matter of fact, that is a square, but we're going to use the same formula. And I have area equals 4 times 4, or 4 squared, either way. And 4 times 4 is 16 square units. Okay, we're going to determine the area of each of these rectangles. Make sure that you're plugging in your formula. We are always going to write down our base formula. Where do we find that formula? That is correct, our star reference sheet or our star chart. So we're going to plug in our values. I have area equals, my base is 8.6 times 3. Let's do a little bit of math magic off at the side, and I get 25.8 centimeters squared. Okay, how about this one? Oh, some fractions. Area equals base times height. I'm going to put these as mixed numbers. This is 3 halves. This is 9/4, Texas method. 8 plus 1 is 9. And so I have area equals 3 halves times 9/4, and multiply straight across, and I get area equals 27/8, which I can simplify to 3 and 3/8 square feet. Formulas can be manipulated to solve for missing information. For example, area equals base times height could be written as base equals area divided by height, or height equals area divided by base. So when we're looking for that missing dimension, like we did with triangles, you can change your formula around. Use your understanding of area of rectangles to answer the questions below. The area of the rectangle is 162 meters squared. So we have a formula, area equals base times height. And I know that my area is 162. So that's what that goes there. I do not know my base, but I know my height is 18 meters. We're going to solve this like we solve every other equation in the world. We're going to draw a line down the center. These guys are happily married, so we're going to divorce them because no one stays happy in math class. And I do 162 divided by 18. 18 goes in there, 9 times, exactly, perfect. So my value of B is 9 meters. Make sure you put some chonus on there. You got to make sure your units are there, no naked numbers running around my classroom. Okay, circle the formulas below that could be used to find the height of a rectangle with a base of 11 and an area of 120. Well, I'm going to start by writing this out, and I have 11 times h. Okay, so this is definitely going to be one of them. 120 equals 11h. Do I have that anywhere? I do. That is C. What else could I do? Well, we could divorce them. So now I get h equals 120 divided by 11. Do you guys see that one there? Yep. Is there anything else I could do? Do any of these others make sense? No, they do not. So these are the 2 answers that we are looking for. Okay, we're going to look at parallelograms now. Parallelograms are special rectangles. The dimensions of, they're not special rectangles. They're special quadrilaterals. Correct myself. Rectangles have to have right angles. But we use the same formula that we do for rectangles to find the area of a parallelogram. The dimensions of a parallelogram are also referred to as the base and height. We're going to use the formula area equals base times height, where B is the base, and h is the height of the parallelogram, which makes a 90-degree angle with the base. So the difference is we have to kind of look at these a little bit different because they're not rectangles. But what happens is see, I can cut off this piece and we slide it over here, and that is how we make our parallelogram. It's kind of like a rectangle that has been pushed over. So if you think of like a box that maybe you sit on and it gets slanted a little, it's still the same area. It's just not right angles anymore. So we are going to use the same formula, and we're going to count these out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4. We plug in our values, and we have 6 times 4. So our answer for this is 24 square units. Now here, it's just like a triangle. Remember that slant? We're not using it, okay? We want your height and your base. So my height is 4 and my base is 9. 9 times 4 gives me 36 square units. And then this one, same formula, area equals base times height. And I have area equals 2 times 1 1/3, which is 4/3. That gives me area equals 8/3, or 2 2/3 square feet. Sorry, this one should have been centimeters squared. Okay. Describe how the area of the rectangle and the area of the parallelogram with the same dimensions are related. Both the rectangle and the parallelogram have the same area, which means we can use the same formula. So because because they have the same area, we can use the same formula, area equals base times height. Wow, super messy handwriting tonight. You guys are going to summarize your lesson, but that's not all. On your next page, you have area of rectangles and parallelograms. I actually want you guys to practice a few of these. So there are a total of 6 problems. I want you to do at least one of the word problems, so you have to choose either 5 or 6, and then you're going to do 1 parallelogram and 1 rectangle. And I don't care what you do, as long as you have 1 rectangle, 1 parallelogram, and one word problem. So I would say either do your odds or evens, okay? So either do 1, 3, 5 or do 2, 4, 6, your choice, but I will see you in class. I hope you guys have a good night. Bye.